They won their titles last June. Mariah LaRoque is Miss Maine and Lauren Jorgensen is Miss Maine's Outstanding Teen. They are also both survivors of child sexual abuse. The two are dedicated to using their platforms to raise awareness around the issue.
207's Peggy Kaiser talked with these two young women who represent the changing role of pageant winners and who see their platforms as a job.
Well, it is, and I'm really glad that we've kind of moved into a direction where we look at it that way, because it really is way more than that one moment that most people see or think of when they think of pageantry. But this is way more than a crown that sits on your head and a sash that goes over your shoulder. It's a 365-day job, and you're usually, driving a lot. You're working on your social impact initiative. You're working with local legislation. You're working in community settings. It's really way more of a job than it is just a crown. For years now, these women have done all they can to be authentic and raw and real when talking with people about what this job entails. So we've actually really had to earn this understanding and get people to kind of come on board that, we are change makers. We are boots on the ground, working in our respective initiatives, trying to make change and be good representatives for our state.
18-year-old Lauren Jorgensen is Miss Maine's Outstanding Teen, a sister program that allows teens to learn more about the Miss Maine program.
You have to have a social impact initiative. You have to have, a talent and just have the confidence to put yourself out there. And it's a great opportunity to learn and grow at such a young age.
You both share this impact and this platform that you want to work on this year, which is child sexual abuse. You're both survivors. Tell me a little bit about what it's taken for you to get to this place where not only are you ready to talk about it, but you're really ready to do some hard work around it.
As a 26-year-old young woman, it has taken me a very long time to go through my own process. And that's something that is, personal for each survivor. And it took me a long time to do internal healing and a lot of that growing to find my voice again, because I think that that's something that often happens with survivors. They lose their voice, and it does take an incredible amount of hard work to regain the ability to, plant yourself again and reclaim your voice.
How at your relatively young age have you found the ability to come to terms with being a child sexual abuse survivor and wanting to not only do that sort of healing, but do the work to help others heal?
I was under 5 years old when I was sexually assaulted, and I didn't even realize I was sexually assaulted until I was 11, and I went to the classes as a child where they teach you about saying no and your private parts and your bathing suit area. And it never clicked for me. And I truly feel that education is a huge step in ending sexual assault. I think having this platform has allowed me to find the importance of educating, because I think that we need to be more detailed and really take the time to make sure, no matter where you are in our state, in our country, that you are getting the education you need to protect yourself from sexual assault.
What are some of the hopes that you both would like to see happen during your tenure?
Well, personally, I see this whole year as a jump off point to my future. I think part of that is using this time to kind of make my dream come true of passing a law within each state, each county, that says that teaching about sexual assault within schools is mandatory. That'll be a huge step in ending sexual assault.
So I have this amazing opportunity right now to work with some local legislation to actually pass a law that makes grooming an illegal act that can be punished. And it currently does not exist. And in my situation, I was sexually assaulted by a middle school teacher of mine, and I went through a grooming process. And a lot of people don't know what the grooming process is.
Grooming is when someone builds a relationship with a child so that the child can be exploited or abused.
What are some of the things that folks can be looking for or noticing that might be an indication that something's not okay with a child?
Some of the biggest signs people can look for is if a child starts to withdraw in a way that is unusual to you. It can be really hard to identify when these things are going on, but the only way that we will ever be able to understand it is if we are aware of it.
It's important to sit down with your kids, your friends, your family members, and talk about sexual assault. Just open up the conversation because you never know what will come out of that.
Lauren says 95% of victims know the people who have abused them, which makes abuse so difficult to spot. Mariah has already written a script which she hopes to make into a film based on the story of a young girl being taken advantage of by a teacher. If you would like to learn more about the Miss Maine programs, we've got information on our website and app.
Really, really important work they're doing.